All right, number 9. This one is very similar to number 8, where the goal is to get rid of this square root in the bottom of the fraction. But we are going to need to do something different. I'll show you real quick. If we multiply by square root of 7 over the square root of 7, kind of like we did for number 8, we would then get 1 square root of 7 and then 5 square root of 7 minus the square root of 49. If I multiply the square root of 7 times both of these, which the square root of 49 would simplify to 7, but this one, we're still left with the square root of 7. That doesn't really help us to simplify anything. And so that is not going to work in this case. So what we need to multiply by instead, since we have this 5 minus square root of 7, what we're going to multiply by is we're going to use that 5 and the square root of 7, but we're going to change the minus to a plus. This is called the conjugate, where it's the same numbers, kind of the same values, but we're changing the sign from a minus to a plus. And if it was a plus here, then it would be minuses over here. But we're just kind of changing the symbol. So here we multiply, we get 1 times 5 and 1 times the square root of 7. That's just going to be 5 plus the square root of 7. Okay. Then this part is a little bit more tricky. We got to do 5 minus the square root of 7 times 5 plus the square root of 7. I'll see if I can fit that work in here. Let's see. So 5 times 5 would be 25. 5 times negative square root of 7 would be negative 5 square root of 7. 5 times the square root of 7 is 5 square root of 7. And then the square root of 7 times negative square root of 7 would be the negative square root of 49, which is just negative 7. So we can continue with this. We would get 25 minus 5 square root of 7 plus 5 square root of 7 minus 7. And we can find that this does help us out because negative 5 square root of 7 cancels out with plus 5 square root of 7. So when we multiply these together, we get just 25 minus 7. Now, the easier way to think about that is simply, we know that the middle terms are going to cancel out. And so we take 5 times 5, and that gives us 25. And then we take the negative square root of 7, the negative square root of 7 times the positive square root of 7, and that will give me negative 7. Right. So that's kind of a shortcut to get there if you don't want to do all the steps. The last thing that we need to do is we can do this subtraction here on the bottom. We have 5 plus the square root of 7, and then 25 minus 7 is 18, and that is our final answer. So that is all we need to do for number 9.